Hi, it's Dad again, and I'm back with another What's That Game? And with this month, we are going to be talking about an original Doom-inspired first-person shooter, Fallen Aces.
I have a very special dream, and if it ever comes true, there'll be when I am the cutest little guy, and everyone will say,
To be frank, I did not know if I was going to like this game. Really, the only reason that drew me in was the setting. The game takes place in an alternate universe in an era similar to our 1930s. On top of that, the story within Fallen Aces was told through comic book panels. Now, normally when it's just pictures barely moving, I feel like that's a budget cut or an easy way out to not have to do cinematics. But this game does that so well, it truly made me feel like I was part of a comic book. The graphics of the game really do reinforce that feeling you have by having 2D characters moving around a 3D polygonal world. As you can see in the gameplay footage in the background, it just works. I'm not necessarily sure why the feel of the game, the aesthetic of the game is so pleasing, but it just is. In this alternate timeline, a group of superheroes called the Aces are being taken out one by one, and it's your job as a private detective to punch, bash, or shoot your way into solving the crime and working with the Aces. The sound effects, the voice acting in this game is top notch. The fighting mechanics, whether it be melee or gunplay, are fun and rewarding. I'm usually not a fan of arcade style gunfights, but this game brings me back to the 90s in a good way. The map design is chaotic, buildings will be on fire, things will be tipped over. But even though it's in a 3D polygonal type world, it's aesthetically eye-pleasing. They even developed different paths or different routes that a player can choose throughout the level. This helps the somewhat linear gameplay feel more open.
Ugh.
Huh.
Oh, you're a tough guy? Come
Sleep
on.
tight,
I
dog.
just saw it.
Noise.
Hey, who's there? Huh? Hey, wake up.
I'm getting hungry.
We can call
Need a bite soon.
Just
What's that sound?
how'd you like that, huh?
You can stick to the shadows and slip past enemies in a very functioning sneak mechanic. Or, if you're someone like myself who isn't necessarily good at remaining hidden, you can take a much harder route by shooting your way through every level. Although the game feels somewhat cartoony or childish, the gore and the stories that are told within the level itself are dark, and I appreciate that.
What the hell is going on?
Sneaky sleuth. Be on the lookout for the new keen-eye action
Get
figure.
over here. Sit down.
It really brought me into the game, felt more immersive. The game is in early access, but because of this, the game touts a cool price of $12.99 on Steam. Now, one of the biggest drawbacks for this game is its length. I would say there's probably about 5 to 6 hours of gameplay in the game, and I finished my story on medium difficulty in about 3.5 hours. Only negative feeling I had throughout this entire experience was wanting more when the storyline finished. But then I was informed that this was just a chapter of a longer developing story, and that more chapters were going to be released in the future. If they release these chapters free once you purchase the base game for $12.99, I would say that this game is an overwhelmingly success, especially since AAA Gaming has dropped the ball. But like I said, normally I'm not a fan of this style of releasing content, but the game's transparency in telling us that it's early access, and the fact that they're only selling it for a little under $13, which in some areas isn't even a movie ticket, I'm going to say I highly recommend this game and would do so 10 times out of 10. Boosting a 97% approval rating, yes, I say 97% 7% approval. On Steam, this might be one of the best early access games I've ever played. So if you want to be able to dip your toes into an amazing game and also support what looks like a 2-person development team, please pull the trigger on that Tommy gun and buy Fallen Aces. Hey, it's me, Dad. I just wanted to say thank you for the support, and it truly does mean a lot. Between being a father of 2, what I would say a good husband, if you ask my wife on certain days, and having a full-time job, making even the simplest content like this isn't easy. And reading the comments or seeing the likes on my videos makes that grind that much easier. And if you truly do enjoy the content I create, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It'll give you notification next time I drop a video like this. I'm your self-appointed YouTube dad, not daddy, and please stay safe out there.